All right. The importance of pathway education cannot be overemphasized. Statistics have shown that students who go through pathway studies often excel in their tertiary education better than students who leave directly from college, from either the GCE, the IB, or the Cambridge program, straight to their undergraduate or master's degree program. Now, what pathway programs basically offer you is the ability to give you a smooth insertion and transition from one level of education into another level of education. And when we talk about pathway programs, I think what the NCUK has put together, which of course Megan is going to give you much more insight on who NCUK is, what they do, how they started, where they are, and what they are able to offer students. We have taken time to assess and analyze different pathway providers across the globe. And for the last couple of years, we've realized that we do not have any pathway programs in Cameroon. Students who leave secondary school or university have to travel to the UK, spend 1 year before starting their undergraduate program. And this becomes really expensive for them. And also, a lot of students were not able and are not able to access top universities in these countries because of differentiation in the educational system, because of language barrier, and a lot of other things. And that is exactly what the NCUK program has come to address. I'm going to allow Megan to actually give us a full presentation on the NCUK pathway programs, and then we're also going to have a couple of conversations around the centers in Douala and in Yaoundé, and also give you information on how you can be able to kickstart your enrollment process in any of these centers and the next intakes that these centers will be offering. So, Megan, I'm going to give you the floor to take us through what NCUK is and what NCUK offers for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ewang. So yeah, I'm just going to share my screen. Just bear with me one moment. Hopefully that is visible for you. If you can just let me know if you can see it. Yeah, perfect.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So yeah, as Ewang said, my name's Megan White, and I'm part of NCUK, and my team is in the university recruitment and conversion team. So I support sort of centres and students with their progression to university. And in today's session, I'm just going to go into who NCUK is, how we can support our centres and students, and go into sort of our the programmes that we offer as well. As Ewang said, there will be time for questions. So if you do have any questions, please pop them in the chat, and I'll try my hardest to answer them at the end. So I will just begin. So just on who NCUK is. So we're a leading global provider of university pathway programs, and we were established by universities. So obviously universities and NCUK have created these programs for international students to suit their needs and understand their needs to progress to university. So we partner with schools, colleges, universities, governments, investors worldwide to provide our excellent pathways for students both locally and also internationally. So we do have a few statistics. So since NCUK began, we have helped over 50,000 students progress to world-leading universities all over the globe. We currently have over 120 nationalities represented each year on our programs. We have over 135 study centres in over 40 different countries. And we're currently partnered with over 60 university partners globally. And I'll go into that a bit more in detail in the next few slides. And finally, 97% of our alumni are employed after completing their degree. So there's some really good statistics there of our NCUK students and how we represent on a global network. Our programs are developed in collaboration with subject experts with the universities, so they are obviously validated by university partners, and they do recognise and accept our programs for entry to their courses, and they do meet those high academic standards that universities do accept. So we're very proud to be sort of accredited and collaborating with universities for this. So these are our university partners that we are obviously partnered with, and where our NCUK programs are recognised. So I think this is all of them. So yeah, over 60 universities worldwide. So we've obviously got mainly partners in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, the US, and we also do have some partner universities in countries like Malaysia and Vietnam, where university campuses are as well. So there's a wide range of universities available, and we do have 10 partners who are in the top 100, and 21 universities that are in the world top 200 in the rankings. So again, we're very proud to have these university partners with us. In terms of our study centre network, so where our students study our programme, as you can see on this map, is a sort of snapshot of where our study centres mainly are. We do work with schools, investors, universities and governments to facilitate the delivery of our programmes. And as I mentioned before, we do have study centres in over 40 different countries worldwide. And each study centre is accredited and quality assured by NCUK to ensure that they do deliver our programmes and moderated and awarded by NCUK. So just to go into the programs that we offer, our programs equip students with both the academic and the English language skills required for university. So our main one is the International Foundation Year, which is a pre-university program, and we offer a range of different modules that students can study. And this foundation year is benchmarked by ECTIS to be comparable to A levels and other global qualifications as well. We also offer the International Art and Design Foundation. Again, this is a pre-university program, equipping students with the academic, creative and professional skills needed to access degree courses in the art and design area. We offer the International Year 1 program, which is essentially the first year of an undergraduate degree, which prepares students for direct entry into the second year of their chosen degree. And we offer different pathway programs within this, which is accounting and finance, business management, events management, computer science, electrical and electronic engineering, and law. We then also do have the International Year 2 program, which is essentially the equivalent to Year 2 of an undergraduate degree, where students can then progress to direct entry into their third year of the degree. And then finally, we have the Master's Preparation Programme, which is a pre-master's programme. So students study this before progressing to a master's degree. And it equips graduates and 3-year diploma holders with the English language proficiency and academic skills needed for successful postgraduate study. So NCUK are very flexible. That with the university pathway programs, with the programs that we offer students, we offer internationalization opportunities. So we offer flexible solutions like in-country delivery and joint degrees to obviously enable your students to earn an international degree locally. And also we offer white label solutions as well. So integrating within your own institutions and own higher education projects as well. So going on to the study centres in Cameroon. So obviously we have the Kelden International Pathway Pathway Centre offer the International Foundation Year, the International Year 1, International Year 2, and the Master's Preparation Programme. And then we have St Louis International Study Centre as well, offering that International Foundation Year, International Year 1, and Master's Preparation Programme as well. So just go into a bit more detail on each of the programmes that we offer. So the International Foundation Year, as I said, it is benchmarked pre-university programme. It's benchmarked to be equivalent to A-levels and does equip students with the sort of academic and English language skills needed for university progression. So there are 12 different subject modules to choose from, and these are delivered alongside an English module and then an academic skills module as well. So out of the 12 subjects, students choose 3 academic subjects. They have an English module and then a skills-based module as well. Entry requirements for the foundation year. Awesome. Is that just? Oh, sorry. Just cancelled that. Okay. So the entry requirements for the foundation year for students from Cameroon who have studied the baccalaureate would be successful completion with an overall average of 10 out of 20 or more. Obviously, this may vary with where students may have previously studied, like high school qualifications, but these entry requirements are on the NCUK website for each country and each qualification that they may have studied. So out of the 12 subject modules, like I mentioned, for the foundation year, I won't go into each of them, as obviously there's quite a few. But yeah, students choose 3 of these academic subjects to study on the foundation year. They can choose any sort of 3 that they wish to choose, or which is offered at the study centre. But we have the science related modules, business modules, computer science, or the humanities side. So there's a wide range of modules for students to choose from. Like I mentioned, with the university progression, so we do have over 60 university partners worldwide. And within that, we do have over 7,000 undergraduate degree programmes that students can choose from. And these can be ranging from medicine, business, engineering, law, computer science, nursing, and many, many more other degree subjects as well. If you do want to have a look at sort of the types of degrees that are available, we do have our NCUK course finder, which lists all of the degrees available, which you can also find on our website. So with the International Art and Design Foundation, so this is designed for students with a passion for creativity, providing the technical skills, critical thinking, portfolio development needed for entry leading to art and design courses at our top universities. So those are the modules that students will study, and again, they'll study this alongside the English module as well. With the university progression from the Art and Design Foundation, the progression universities will be a bit more limited, but you can just see on the screen there the universities that students can progress to from this International Art and Design Foundation. And subjects that they can, or degrees they can progress onto, would be things like architecture, fashion design, filmmaking, photography, interior design, and many other subjects. So with the International Year 1, so this is the essentially the first year of an undergraduate programme, and then allow students to progress directly into the second year of their chosen degree. So we offer specialised pathways in accounting and finance, business management, computer science, events management, electrical and electronic engineering, and also law. So students will study the first year or International Year 1 at the study centre with NCUK. They will then progress to university and start in the year 2 of that degree programme, and then obviously complete year 2 and 3 at the university. And these are the entry requirements for the International Year 1 programme. So in terms of, so these are the sort of local qualifications that students may study. So they will need to complete these in order to attain entry onto the International Year 1. And just if students can progress to the International Year 1 from the foundation year, so if they do study the NCUK International Foundation year, they can then progress obviously locally and do the International Year 1 programme as well. And generally we would ask for about 2 Ds from the foundation year to progress. So the International Year 1 obviously is in accounting and finance, so these are the modules that students will study on that programme, and yeah, essentially gives the students the knowledge and skills in accounting, finance and business, and allows them to transition into the second year of an accounting and finance related degree. And these are universities that students can progress onto from the Accounting Finance International Year 1. And again, you can visit our website to go into more details on exactly the degrees that would be available at these universities too. This will be for the Business and Management International Year 1. Again, these will be the modules that would be studied, and then students can progress to a business-related undergraduate degree. Or they can go into the International Year 2 in Business Management. I'll go into that in a bit more detail on the next few slides. And this is the university progression for Business Management. Sorry if I appear to be going a bit too quick, but obviously there's a lot of information, but I don't want to go into too much detail on each of them. But yeah, obviously there's more information available. But yeah, these are the universities that you can progress to for the Business Management. Again, for the Computer Science International Year 1, so students can then progress to a computer science related undergraduate degree. And these are the universities that students can progress to for computer science. It is a relatively new programme that we've offered for computer science, hence why the universities are a bit more limited. But obviously, hopefully, over the sort of coming months or years, we're hoping obviously more universities will accept the Computer Science International Year 1 programme. But for now, these are the universities that are accepting it. Events management, again, students study these modules and they can progress to year 2 of an events management related degree. And these are the universities that accept the events management programme. The Electrical and Electronic Engineering International Year 1. Again, these are the modules that would be studied, and students can then progress to year 2 of an electrical and electronic engineering degree at university. And then finally, we've got the International Year 1 Law programme. Again, modules that will be studied, and then students can progress to a law degree at university for year 2 entry. So as I said, we do offer the International Year 2 programme, which is where they would study locally and then progress directly to year 3 of a NCUK University partner for their degree. And we do offer this in the business and management field. So students will then be able to progress to a business management degree in the 3rd year. So you may obviously ask questions as why International Year 2, what's the benefit of it? So the main benefit would be obviously saving money on tuition and living fees, as you'll be completing the second year of the degree locally in your home country, or the first and second year again if you do the international year 1 and international year 2. So you'll be completing those locally, so obviously saving money on tuition and living fees as well. It's been designed with universities, so we designed this program with our university partners to offer it exclusively for international students. Students benefit from a university-style teaching in smaller classes, and the NCUK student support team will help the students submit their university applications. So this happens for all of our programs. Students support to progress to university and submit their application. Students can progress directly to the final year at one of 7 UK universities, and then graduate with a full bachelor's degree with honours from that university, and receive the same university certificate as if they would have studied on campus at the university as well. So it doesn't affect a degree or anything. Students still graduate with the same degree as if they were to study on campus. In terms of the entry requirements for the International Year 2 programme, it would be an overall pass grade on the International Year 1 programme, and have received an EAP grade C or IELTS 6.0 equivalent. As I mentioned, there's about 7 universities that students can progress to, so these are just a snapshot of those universities from the International Year 2 that accept the programme. And so finally, we've got the Master's Preparation Programme, which can be delivered as a standalone programme or integrated into the final year of an undergraduate degree. So by standard delivery, students will complete their undergraduate degree and then complete the master's preparation, and then apply for entry to a master's degree at a university. With the integrated delivery, students will study the master's preparation alongside their final year of their bachelor's degree, which they can then use for entry to their master's degree. And just a programme overview of the master's preparation. So graduates and 3-year diploma holders with the English proficiency and academic skills can then use this for successful postgraduate study. There are a few routes that students can use. So we have the extended, standard and accelerated routes that students can go on. So this just varies in the length of the programme. And as you can see there, the different requirements for each of the routes that we offer. And with the university progression, there are about over 30 universities that accept our master's preparation programme. Again, these are globally, either the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and yeah, they accept the EAP requirement as well. So students don't need to do an additional English test as they accept the EAP. So just going on to a bit more of the services that we offer. So obviously, NCUK do offer qualifications, but we do offer a range of different services for our students and centres to support their journey to university. So we offer NCUK Learn, which is our virtual learning environment, to give students and staff access to their learning resources. Academic materials, so access to past papers, reading lists, lesson plans, to ensure teaching excellence. Curriculum assessments and certification, so we deliver quality assured programs with ready-made syllabi, assessments and globally recognised certifications. University application support, so we've got a dedicated team which supports students through the entire application process to allow them the best possibility to meet their university, their firm university. Student management system to simplify and streamline student administration processes. We offer teacher training to equip academic staff with the expert-led training and support that they require. Marketing and launch support. So centres can access ready-made marketing materials, study centre marketing guidelines, and also participate in promotional events with NCUK and our partners. And finally, globally networking opportunities. So the opportunity to connect and collaborate with a global community of NCUK study centres as well. So just a bit more on our VLE, so our virtual learning environment. So this is powered by Canvas, and the platform enhances the student experience and supports, independent and collaborative learning, and enables more effective delivery of our NCUK programmes. So this is for both teachers and students. So for teachers, providing a centralised hub so they can manage their course materials and assessments. It's time saving, automate grading feedback, allow more time for interactive teaching, providing data insights to track student progress, and a dynamic design to create engaging multimedia rich courses, and also ongoing development as well, so access to resources to enhance teaching practices. And then for students, they can access 24/7 at any time. They're provided interactive tools so they can engage with quizzes and progress their tracking as well. Instant support so they can connect with their teachers and peers for feedback, and also personalised training as well. So obviously NCUK and our study centres, we do collaborate together to ensure that everything runs smoothly and our students are supported in every way possible. But we do have sort of clear roles for both our NCUK staff and also study centres. So with NCUK, we develop known continuously quality assured academic programmes, and for our study centres this means recruiting and enrolling students. NCUK designs and produces these assessments, and obviously at study centres they deliver the teaching and offer the student support as well. NCUK moderates marketing and ensures quality standards, and study centres provide learning facilities and resources. NCUK provides university progression and application support to all of our university partners, and study centres are within this and support their students with their university applications as well, by being sort of the people on the ground to support them. And finally, NCUK providing training and academic guidance and operations support, and then study centres managing the student experience locally as well. So just profiles of a successful study centre. So our international schools and colleges deliver a fast-track pathway to international universities with premium globally recognised programmes, enhancing their schools' appeal for both students and parents. Universities, obviously expanding your portfolio with transnational education pathways and full delivery solutions. And private investors and startups, so building a strong differentiated educational business by making NCUK programme your core offering and meeting the growing demand for international qualifications. The main benefits for students by studying an NCUK programme, they obviously have access to our 60 plus world ranked universities across the UK, Australia, Canada, New Zealand and the USA. They are guaranteed entry to university. There are some sort of terms and conditions surrounding this guarantee, which you can find on our website. But as long as the student passes the qualification, NCUK will be able to find them a progressional place whether that be university or international year one program or things like that. They would develop academic, research and English skills for university to ensure that they succeed at university as well, and giving them the tools to do that. They receive expert support for university applications. So, as I said, NCUK will sort of support their university applications to the universities and make sure that they are the best they can be. We do have NCUK University Partner Scholarships, which are exclusive to NCUK students. So these are universities have provided these scholarships only for NCUK students, which is again something that we're very happy to have. And finally, we do offer an NCUK Prize Award scheme as well, where students can essentially apply to NCUK for these prize awards, and then there is a sort of winner picked at the end of the year. And that's just it from me. Just ending on a few photos which Roche has shared. So yeah, of her recent visit to Cameroon. So yeah, I will just stop sharing my screen just so I can see if there are any questions. But thank you very much for listening. I hope that was informative. Obviously, if you do have any questions about the programme, I'll try my best to answer. But yeah, thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Megan. I think my colleague Ivana has dropped some questions on the chat section, which you could just address. While hoping that if other persons have some more questions, they could throw them at us, and then we see how to answer those specific questions.
Have a look at them. What are the general opportunities aside the financial aspect that the IFY has to offer? So obviously by studying the foundation year, students are, provided expert support from the moment that they begin their qualification. So in terms of, university progression, NCUK will support them at every stage of the journey. So in terms of applications, for example, if they're wishing to apply to UK universities, with UCAS, we will support every stage of that. With personal statements, we provide guidance. NCUK will sort of proofread the entire application before it's submitted to the universities to make sure that it's up to standard that universities are looking for. If we think anything needs changing, we will let the student know and offer, guidance of where they can improve. And NCUK will then have the final say on submitting that application. And then once it's submitted, again, NCUK offers support at each stage, providing accommodation advice and visa advice. So over the summer period when results are being sent to universities, NCUK will do that on the student's behalf. And then, when applying for their visa, we also have a dedicated visa compliance team to help with obviously any visa application questions to make sure it's as smooth as it possibly can be for the students. And also just to add on that as well, so obviously NCUK are with our over 60 university partners worldwide, we obviously do have a very good relationship with our university partners. So if a student has any sort of query or wants more information about a particular university, we have the opportunity to speak with our university partners and provide that extra sort of information, whatever they require. And we obviously try to introduce our university partners to centres as well, to if they're able to do a session with the students or anything like that, that's something that we can offer as well. So I'm currently studying computer science in NCUK Pathway programme in Cameroon. Is it possible for me to switch to cybersecurity in the UK? in terms of if you're studying computer science on the foundation year, is this? I'm not sure. We don't have a cybersecurity module, but obviously by studying computer science on the foundation year, you will definitely have progression options to study cybersecurity at university. There are many cybersecurity degrees available within UK universities that students can study. And obviously studying computer science will give you sort of that edge to progress to that degree. How can I easily get admitted to one of the top tier universities abroad on scholarship, given that I already have my HND in computer engineering and wish to continue with a bachelor degree? So in terms of scholarship, obviously no scholarship is guaranteed. We do support with the scholarship application if students are needing to do an application. There are varying amounts of scholarships that universities offer. Within the UK, some of these are automatic, so just by applying to the course through your application, you can be automatically assessed for a scholarship, but some do require an additional application, which again we can support the student with. And obviously, if just get the second part of that question. So if they have already a diploma in computer engineering and wish to apply to a bachelor's degree, obviously depending on what program the student is studying, then yeah, they can apply to a bachelor's degree and then apply to a scholarship on the second application. So a brief description of how the UK function in terms of studies and work facilities after school. In terms of so studying at a bachelor's degree in the UK, so in terms of working, so visa purposes, I believe it's only up to 20 hours a week that students can work on top of their studies. I'm not too sure sort of what information you're sort of wanting from this, but obviously many universities offer sort of clubs and societies that many students take part in as well. So that it's not all about the study side aspect of it. When studying at university, they do really promote sort of joining clubs and societies, whether that's sports or debate club, chess club, things like that. They do encourage students to take part in these to get the most out of a university experience. So I'm actually in my second year in Cameroon doing software engineering, but what I really want to do is statistics. What do you advise me to do? In terms of second year in Cameroon doing software engineering, is that at university? Is that? I'm not too sure. If it is at university, obviously the main thing would be to apply to statistics from the year one of a degree. You won't be able to sort of transfer mid-university, from year two to then year two of a degree. You would need to restart a university degree in statistics. And when can I apply for a scholarship program in the UK? So as I mentioned, some are automatic. So just by applying to a course in the UK, so by applying through UCAS. Some scholarships are automatically you're assessed for, but some do have an application based, and these tend to have deadlines of March, April time, but obviously each one may vary. But you would need to submit an actual course application first before applying for a scholarship. But each scholarship is on a university website, and we do have a list of all the scholarships, or not all of them, but a huge list of scholarships on our NCUK website as well for each of our universities, which will then provide you a link to the university website to find more information, how to apply, etc. In terms of the admission process, fees and payments. So the admission process, so for UK applications, these are processes via UCAS, and we sort of create a central hub, so students would use our buzzword, which links their application to NCUK, and then this is also visible for the study centre to see as well, so we can see the student's application and provide any feedback if necessary. There's no fees associated with applying on UCAS, this is covered by NCUK, so students don't need to pay that additional fee for UCAS. In terms of applications outside of the UK, so whether that be Australia, New Zealand, Canada, US, NCUK would submit the application on behalf of the student, so the student would just need to tell us where they wish to apply to and the course, and then NCUK will do the rest. Some, not all of those partners, but some do require a application fee, which we would ask for the student to pay before it's submitted. But this is a small number of universities which do require an extra fee, and obviously we would tell you before applying whether that fee is required. So the course I want to apply to, the application ends early January 2026. When will the application process start? So in terms of the, so obviously if the deadline is in January, then the application process would have already started. So if you haven't already, then I would advise applying to that course already. I'm not sure whether it's undergraduate or postgraduate, but obviously if it's an undergraduate in the UK, then yeah, this will be for the UCAS. I imagine it's the equal consideration deadline you may be referring to. So yeah, the application process would already start. You can already create your UCAS account and submit the application to the university. Obviously, if this is a postgraduate, again, the application process can already be commenced and submitted to the university. So what are the different types of scholarships offered by the UK? As I said, there's two types of scholarships, either automatic or application based. And then within these, there's a variety of different scholarships available. So many of them are based on merit. So obviously high achieving students, students who have achieved high grades in either previous qualifications or whether that be on the foundation year. These are the main types of scholarships that are on offer. Those are sort of the application-based ones. Within these application-based scholarships, you may have to submit like a personal statement of, why should you be eligible for that scholarship, what things may have you done that sort of put you above other students. So really it's just sort of explaining why you're eligible for that scholarship really. But yeah, there's automatic ones which may be based on merit, or if you meet the requirements of the course, then you'll be eligible for that scholarship. The automatic ones do tend to be of lower value. In the UK, they tend to be between £1,000 and £3,000 or £4,000. But if you do have the application-based ones, these do tend to be of higher amount, because it's more competitive to apply for the application-based ones. So in terms of the deadline, it's an IFY, and I've already started an application on UCAS with all my choices, but it requires a fee. So if you're currently an NCUK student, then you would have the buzzword to link your application to NCUK. I'm not sure whether you're current student or prospective, I'm not sure. But obviously current NCUK students will have the buzzword, and that will link your application to NCUK, and that's when the fee would be covered by NCUK. Obviously, if you are currently an NCUK student, I just recommend contacting your counsellors or teacher, and yeah, they'll be able to advise you on the buzzword to link your application.
All right, thank you so much, Megan. I think just to touch on the last question, I'm sure the student is probably from the center in Douala. That's been looked into already. I think Sophie has been on that already, so the student does not need to worry about that. That will be sorted. All right. So while Megan was going through her slides, I kept asking myself, why didn't I have such an opportunity when I left secondary school and high school? I mean, the opportunities that NCUK offers are enormous to students from Cameroon. Not only are you able to save us a whole chunk of money towards what you would have actually spent if you had to access these universities directly from secondary or high school. For example, imagine you're going to study at Manchester University and you have to pay tuition fee for 4 years, paying onwards of £30,000. And NCUK is giving you an opportunity to start this program in country, probably do your foundation, your international year one, and so, and save up some money from tuition, from living expenses, and then you just have to go to do just the final or the second or the final year of your bachelor's degree and earn the same certificates, the same alumni status, access to the same international network of companies that could be able to offer you these wonderful opportunities and the ability for you to be able to get the best return of your educational investment. This was not available before to Cameroonians. Now it is available. Students with O levels, you are eligible to save up 2 years of each of the 2 years of advanced level. You're able to enroll into your foundation year, do 1 year foundation, and progress to university. This is a whole lot of opportunities that we have. And what we are discussing here is not just going to study abroad, but giving you access to quality education to the top universities across the globe. I think we have to highlight that aspect. The fact that the universities that NCUK gives you opportunities for you to be able to progress to are one of the best universities across the globe. We have students who have been looking for opportunities to get to such universities, but they haven't had them. And through the NCUK Pathway program delivered at Kelden or at St. Louis, you now have the opportunity to start your studies from Cameroon and then be able to have guaranteed progression to the university once you are able to ace your exams at the NCUK, respective NCUK centers. So this is a wonderful opportunity. And we're calling on Cameroonians who desire to access best education from across the globe to seize this opportunity. You can go to the center in Yaoundé at Kelden, located at Simeyong, or to the center in Douala, St. Louis, located at Bonapriso, and kickstart their enrollment. The two centers have an intake in January of 2026, so admissions are currently ongoing. Feel free to go to the centers. I think my colleague Ivana will drop contact details for those who want to be able to reach out to somebody at the end of the centers. Feel free to contact these numbers and will be assisted accordingly. Megan, thank you so much. I know it's actually off working hours, but we had to split the session at this time so that we can be able to get parents who will be off work to be able to listen to us and discover the wonderful opportunities that NCUK offers. We are hoping that we can do this more often. let's find a way to talk to Cameroonians, tell them about these wonderful opportunities that they are able to get at the St. Louis and the Kelden centers in Cameroon. Without much ado, I think we'll probably end the webinar here, and the recording will be available on our social media platforms for those who missed it to follow and get information about enrollment into any of our centers in Cameroon. Thank you so much, Megan, and I wish you a wonderful evening.
Thank you, everyone, for listening, and hope it was informative. Yeah, thank you.